ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this lovely, glorious Saturday afternoon? And you, crazy for koi and goldfish. Yes, I see you, and I shall be seeing you very shortly. Traffic considering, bless them, stuck in traffic. But yes, my man Raphael, Ika, and the good ladies and the little one are coming down the Twisted Towers because, as you know, our Rafa lost with his fish when he had a power cut. So I wasn't even halfway through the video when I was on the phone and said, mate, when you're ready, come down. I've got a couple of fish you can have from the main pond. So that day is upon us. My man Rafa is on his way down with the family, and there is two, possibly three fish from the main pond that will be going home with Rafa, and then there's another two in there that are for Carl, the autistic koi keeper, who also had a devastating moment with his pond, and yeah, he's lost 90% of his fish. So I'm going to be giving him a couple of fish from the main pond as well, because that's how I roll. So without that saying, I've still got a dirty window over there. Main pond window is lovely and clean. Drum is running an absolute peach. Now the food, well, I've already gone through 10 kilos, and I started my second 10 kilos yesterday. So you work it out, since the national, because at the national part of my prize was 2 kilos of sake akara growth, and then as an exhibitor we were then given a 3 kilo bag of FD extra build up, or FD build up extra, one of the two, I apologise for the name on top of that. There was 2 kilos of not Takazumi, New Forest Koi Farm Vitality in there, so that's 7 kilos, and then on top of that 10 kilos of the Dajiwa stuff from Pride and Joy Koi. And I've got to say a massive shout out to Mark. Service is exemplary, the food is going down absolutely awesome. Like I say, I'm just about to start my I have started my second lot of 10 kilos. Yeah, I am noticing a difference in the fish. Now, I can't say I've noticed much difference in the waste on the main pond, because the drum seems to be going off around the same sort of time as it was before I started changing the food over. And as you know, before that I was feeding the New Forest Vitality, because I was giving the Takazumi a miss free here to see how I could do on something cheaper. And yeah, it worked to a degree. But this time I'm going to give this a full go. So like I say, the ones over in the Tosai tank have definitely grown, that's for sure. I'll be happier when a few of them go out there. Well, we got one going out of there today, and there's at least 3 going out of there tomorrow when I have a visit from Tony TNM Koi, and we'll go from there. But in fact, I'm gonna have to put you down, because that crazy for koi and goldfish ringing me. I think he's lost. I was right, that was Rafa calling me, and it happens 99% of the time. Anyone that comes visiting doesn't get the back door first go round, and that is because where I live, it starts from one end of the estate and goes all the way through to the other end. But the thing is, you got odds on one side, all the evens on the other, and other closes and roads in between and going through. Yeah, it's so yeah, if you ever come to visit Twisted Towers, don't listen to the sat nav. Go to St. Peter's Church and then ring me. It would make life so much easier. Jesus Christ. See, it's twats like that that really grip my shit. Because he's doing over fucking 30 mile an hour on a fucking push bike. And yet, to do over 30 mile an hour on a scooter and everything else, you have to get insurance, you have to go through a fucking test. It takes the fucking piss, and they cause fucking accidents as well because they think they own the fucking road. Anyway, ran over. I'll find Raphael. There goes a very happy, crazy for going goldfish. I'm just I got to tidy up now. But tell you what, it's been an absolutely cracking couple of hours. So, Isabel, you are wired, my girl. But absolutely awesome. And they took a few fish from the main pond and they took a few fish from the doe side tank, so that's all good. And I'll come back to you shortly. Just had another cracking live last feed for these guys. Looking absolutely awesome. Yep. We're gonna do it all again tomorrow because we've got Tony from T&M Koi coming down. He's gonna take a few from the toe side tank, but at the same time I've also got what's happened again? It must be the way the light goes. No. There we go. No. Why does it do that? Now, I've not got a big white square around me. But no. I'm going to give up. Well, that don't make sense. I've just watched it back and it's absolutely clear and I'm stood there waving my hands around like a knobhead. But we are going to have to take the Biochamber apart tomorrow for the long block tank. Because I think the strainer shit itself, so I might need to replace that. So, we'll see you in the morning.
The next day.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing, cupcakes, on this overcast Sunday morning? Yo, Mark Hitchin, aka Scratchy Koi Pond. I see you. A new channel I've found. He's only got a little video, but he's got plenty of shorts. So give him some encouragement. Drop him a like. Give him a comment. Tell a Twisted One sent him. No doubt it will tickle him pink. It'll also help him on the algorithm YouTube thingy bob. Anyway, cracking day yesterday with my man Raphael and his family, Crazy for Growing Goldfish. They went home happy with some extra fish. I want to know how many guppies are left this morning, Raph. Oh, but I am now waiting for Tony T&M Koi to turn up with himself and his good lady because they are going to take a couple out of the toe-side tank. We're getting there slowly, ladies and gents, but I tell you what, there is still some amazing fish in the toe-side tank. But while I'm waiting, I've cleared this area off here and I'm now just about to start ripping into my Biochamber because for some reason it keeps belching media back into the Easy Pod. It shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be doing that at all. But I did make a boo-boo. I left a hole in the top, and the wood that was above it is absolutely shot to bits in a major way. But yeah, I'm going to rip the top off of this, and then we will empty the media out and see what the problem is. So yeah, silly me left a hole in the centre. That's from when it was there. I had the 4-inch pipe there, and it was feeding the airlift return. I just never made a new lid for it. I just chucked a bit of wood on top, and that. It's surprising how long 10 seconds is, but yeah, that wood is absolutely well and truly shot to bits. So yeah, we're going to have to cut this because there's at least, I think it was a tube of silicone around there to make a nice seal. And a fucking big hole in the top. Also, Rafa brought me a bag of this stuff that I am presently trying on these in here, and at the moment they're taking the crumb, but they're not taking the Nutrimare. But saying that, they're not taking the floating pellets from the forest mix either. So we will see. Tell you who do like it. These in here like it. I gave these a handful yesterday, and they absolutely smashed the shit out of it. I like to say there is some absolutely cracking fish in here. You got the metallic Gimrin Karashigo with a twisted lip. That's going today. The one that Rafa kept looking at yesterday, the Arakoki Gimrin Chagoy. And he's also reserved one other in there, and for the life of me, I can't remember which one it is. But we'll see when he gets here. So yeah, they absolutely loved it, but they will eat absolutely anything at the moment, just like these in here. So we had 2 move out of here. There's 2 in here that will be going to my man Carl, the autistic koi keeper. He's going to be having the Achiba and the big Matsukawbaki that's in here. So the Achiba that came from the Twisted Rocket Pond, which is over the back there, just coming towards us. And there is a Matsukawbaki in here as well, and then that will be going to Carl. So that takes another 2 fish out of here, and there's 3 coming out at the end of the month as well. So we are lightening the load on the main pond. These ones over here are doing absolutely great guns. I must say the smaller fry are slowly disappearing, and the slightly bigger ones are managing to stay away from them down there. But they're doing all right, and like I said, because the fry are slowly disappearing, what I'll do is I will start splitting the bowl of doomfish between this one and the one in Long Block. But I only cut this 2 days, not yesterday, the day before. So Thursday, no, Friday, get right, Vincent, Friday evening, and it is already bounced right back out. It's already encroaching over the corner of that absolutely beautifully. But yeah, you can train mind your own business. I set out to do it and I managed to do it, and you've got to do it. If you want to keep a shape to it, you want to do it as it's growing, because once it's grown and you start chopping into it, you'll end up with big patches. So that's why this bit will be left for another day, but you can see where it's all starting to stick out. But now I've fixed the leak on there. That will start creeping around there as well, but I'll keep trimming it until every little gap is full, and then I'll just let it do its thing, but then just trim it round the outlet like I do with this one. I keep it flush across the bottom. And one thing I did notice yesterday when I was talking to Rafa, that looks like a mass of moss, doesn't it? Well, there's nothing up behind it. It's absolutely just hung there, dripping onto by the top edge of these edges here. Mental. But like I say, we're not down the farm tomorrow or Wednesday, so if the weather is good, I can get the grouting redone on the pond, in that it needs taken out because it was supposed to have been a grey colour. You can see on this one, it's supposed to be grey, but it went white for some reason. I don't know whether it was because when Pickle done it, it was very runny or whatever, but I'm going to take it all out and I'm going to redo it with a better brand. So we've got that nice grouting like we got on here. And then while I'm at the grouting, I've got to take this one off, and this one off, and put a new full one in, so then I can match that side and have it absolutely identical, and then we can look at getting the next set of glass windows, sliding glass windows in that one. And then, other than a coat of paint and a bit of framework on the other side of my door, that's that side done until I build another shower. Don't tell Susan. Well, like I say, once that shower there matures like this one and this one has, then that 260 or 270 gallons is going to be absolutely bulletproof, he says. Touch wood. But yeah, I'll pick you back up in a bit. I've found the reason why it's belching the media back into the Easy Pod. Look, my grill's come off, but this is a big measuring bowl, round one, and that is almost to the top, right? There's two of these bowls worth that I put into the Easy Pod so that I didn't kill it off until I could do this. So there's two of these bowls that have got to come out of the Easy Pod itself to go back in, and I'm still fishing media out, and it's only a 110 litre water butt. Let me show you this. So you can never have too much filtration. That's a proper measuring bowl, blue bowl, and like I say, and I am still fishing it out. No wonder this system's bulletproof. You think you've got the Easy Pod, you've got all this media in here bouncing around, you've got the media there, you've got that shower there is filled with a couple of bags of Alpha Grog. Mate, when I do turn this into a moving bed for the main pond, I won't have to buy as much media as I think. But yeah, still fishing it out. I think I'm going to stop there, otherwise I'm going to want to overflow it, and I'm going to have to get another bowl in. And yeah, not that I'm complaining, because it does an absolutely fucking wicked job. Well, that's Tony and his good lady off. And if you're in the area, what area are you in? Yeah, Shorten. Where's that then? Other side of London? Sutton. So if you need any aquascaping done, aquariums, ponds, water features, there you go. There's his number. There's his website. Check him out. He's going home happy. He's got 5 fish, 6 fish, something like that. Right, you get home and I'll speak to you later. Check him out, guys. Little fruit cups, we are getting there. What's happened was I siliconed this around from the light. There we go. Put you up there. There we go. Yeah, I siliconed that literally on the end of the pipe that was going through the uniseal. And what's happened over time where the bubbles have just pulled it away. So I dug around in my other shed and I came across a 3 to a 4 inch rubber reducer, and then I found a tub that would fit inside that. And what I've done is I've slotted the base of that, and it's inside. That is in situ. And I also had this was still in place, but as you can see, because of the way it was siliconed, there wasn't a great deal of water going through, and because it was literally on the bottom, that is literally on the bottom, media was all stuck to it, so that would have been reducing my flow. So what I've also done, because I've got to work around a 4 inch pipe that I I could cut it cut it down lower because it was part of the old airlift system, but it's just a pain in the arse. It's just got a cap on it with some silicone at the moment, and that's where it can stay. So I'll just work around it. But we've binned that off, and what I've done is I've got 1.5 inch rubber. I've just been up and found a Jubilee clip to go on it, and then I've got a bit of pipe that was kicking around, and I've put some slots in the top half, and then I've also siliconed and glued on at the end of a pump cage. So yeah, this will slot on to the bottom. Reaching it to tighten that up is going to be a bit fun because it's right up my armpit. But we shouldn't be long, and we should be back up and running on all cylinders on the long block tank. We're going to need a big water change. Well, not need. It's going to have a big water change by the time I'm finished. So yeah, because I've got to try and clean the Easy Pod with the amount of media that's in there until I get the media out that came out of the filter that I'm working on now. So yeah, because at the moment there isn't a hope in hell of me boiling that Easy Pod with the amount of media that's in. I mean, there's at least 1.5 of these full. Well, how could it be full? One full one and a half of these is in the Easy Pod in the center. Now, all of this behind me was also in there. And it's one question that I get asked a lot. How much media can I put in to my biochamber? And the answer to that is it all depends on your air pump. Because the stronger the air pump, the more violently it boils the media. So then if you add media to that, it then slows down the boil, which gives you your contact time then. So when you look at it, that's almost half, if not a little bit more, of that water butt. And it does turn. It does turn. It turn well. It does too. Oh, got to put the overflow back in as well. But that I am going to put a bit of this over the end, but I will cut some slots in it and I'll put a little Ghibli clip around it, because it was, even though it was working, it was chock full of K1 and micro, and that's it. It's absolutely everywhere, doesn't it? So let's spin you round. So yeah, what it is, there's a uniseal on the bottom of this, and that 4-inch pipe goes down to a 90, which then came along and hit a T down below it. The T is actually about 6 inches below the bottom of this tank, and this tank is 4 foot deep. Yeah, and that was the original return system, the airlift that I had running on the pond. So that is why that one is there, and I just couldn't be asked to try and cut it evenly with a Dremel, so it just got silicone around the cap, put the cap on, tightened it up, spudged the silicone out, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. That was how it was, and that's how it is, because ultimately it's going to be coming out anyway. So any pipe work will get cut flush with the floor. So let me get this bit on, and then we can get some water in it. I might fill it from the hose, because oh no, I'll just fill the system up like I normally would, and then go from there. Might even have to run it for 5-10 minutes, and then every fucking time. Right. Right, let me get this on and we'll get sorted. Well, my little fruit bats, in fact, let me take these out. There we go. Well, my little fruit bats, that's 9:05, and I've just literally finished tidying up. Two more jobs left to do. I've got a couple of 90s to replace on the airlines for the bioreactor. This tank is now back up and running, and I've fed it and lids on, and that's how it's going to stay for the minute. But as you can hear, we are churning like a good one. And I put both containers back in, and 4 bloody great netfuls, and this thing's enough to swell up when you scoop K1 into there as well. Easy Pods had a bloody good clean and a boil, so that's all too sweet, and they've had a real nice water change as well. But let me spin you around quickly. So as you can see, all that media, and it's still churning really well. But yep, that system is all up and running now. I've had to clear the cups off of this shelf, because I can put a shelf back up there. I've put a bracket up and I'm suspending the air pump, so I will make a new lid for that and then seal it back in, but for the minute it's working fine. Oh, excuse me. Then the only thing left to do is to get this joined up to a little return going over here, so I can split it every now and then and give them a bit of a flow, as well as the flow is created by the flow of the shower just going straight in on that end. But we'll turn the skimmer off. We'll turn these air off. I'm topping that one up now. Like I said, Raphael gave me this Koi 360 swim, all seasons, and I tried it on the wee ones in there, and they turned their nose up at it. But I decided what I'm going to do, considering I am using the the Pride and Joy koi over there, I will use this bag over here on this tank. I gotta say, there is a very pungent smell to it because I forgot to shut the bag last night, and when I went in there this morning, that was all I could smell. Now, one thing I have noticed is they're not as volatile with the feeding as soon as it hits the water. They seem to wait, and then, like you see, they're just topping at it backwards and forwards. And yet when I put the other stuff in, they fly at it like a bat out of hell. So we'll leave them munching on that little bit for a minute, and these can get a scoop. I've got to go and see Marla tomorrow and get some soldier fly larvae. And leave it there scooping a bit. Betty's like, don't forget me. And like I say, I'm on my second 10 kilo lot of the Pride and Joy koi food, and they seem to be doing really well on it at the moment. And I did tell Raphael that I would give that one a go. And like I say, I was gonna use it in long block with them, but they seem to turn their nose up at it, so they've gone back to the stage 3 with a mix of a little bit of 2mm floating in there. But now the other stuff, that would have been gone by now. But we shall see. We'll say the weight of fish in here over the last 2 days has reduced considerably. So yeah. Raphael took 2, I'd say medium to sizable-ish fish out yesterday, and Tony and his good lady took 4 or 5, another 5 fairly decent fish. In fact, Tony did send me some video when he got home of his pond and everything, and I did ask his permission, and what I will do, I will tag it on to the end of this video. Turn that tap off, Vince. I'm stood there staring at it thinking I've got to do something. It's been a long couple of days. So yeah, that is all topped up, and I don't think I'll put any more on there, whereas these haven't stopped yet. So there we go, all back up and running. So ladies and gentlemen, like I say, there won't be any farm videos this week unless I do a little bit when I pop in on Friday. But in fact, if there is any video from Farm Friday, it will be about Fest and the ticket day. So yeah, other than that, you're going to have to put up with the odd video from here with little bits and pieces. I got to get on with the stuff in the front garden that needs my attention. There's stuff in the back garden that needs attention still. Like I say, if it's dry again tomorrow, I'll get the grouting ripped out and see if I can get that sorted. Before I can take the tiles off the top of the toe side tank, I'm going to need to get some more tile adhesive. I've got grout, But give me some more Tyler Doosier. But anyway, I'm waffling now. So as always, guys, girls, don't forget on your way out, like, share, subscribe, and all that schmetal. I've been Twisted Crikey. You lot out there, you know you're great, and we will see you in a day or two. Later.
You Vince, there's my little setup. You go there, pan round, into 25U Evolution 25. Around there. Look at the fishes. All happy as Larry, even the new ones. Right, so pan across onto the bridge, and here's my filter bay.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.